In the last video, I told you what low is, and you saw the single line. I mean, saw the one line of the lower codes. So if you haven't watching yet, please go to the previous video because it's still level 1. Welcome to the part 2 of the series How to be a King in the 5M. You will feel the super satisfaction yet, and you will go to the level 2. Before you go, I recommend you to that listen to music lo-fi when you see my tutorial. And first of all, my English is not very well. I'm trying to understand you to what's the lower and the 5M, and I'm very enjoy that. That's my uh, English is not very good, but I really like to teach the people that how to write the codes. So in the lower and to make the money, $1,000. So by the way, sorry for my English, and let's get started. And don't forget to subscribe and like and comments. Let's go. Okay, first of all, you have to know about. Oh shit, sorry. First of all, you have to know about the data types in the Lua. So, there's a 6 important things in the Lua. You should know that. When trying to see the variable types, and if they show that, for example, number, boolean, tables, strings, and everything. So you have to know about this. If you don't know, don't worry. I will tell you. I'm trying to with my bad English to tell you what is it. What's a number, strings, boolean, and tables, and functions. So first of all, we have to start the variables. Okay, what's the meaning of the variables? Variables. Variables. It's a creating a variable in the Lua is very super easy. That you just write. Hold up. Hold. Yeah. Creating a variable in the Lua is a super easy. You just write a name, an equal sign, and a value. So what's the meaning of, okay, if you want to see that example, the variables, you can see that the local name or age, yeah, or age, they are the variable. It means, for example, in the real world, if you see that, hold on, let me show that close. If you see that this package, brush teeth, it looks like the variables, and the toothbrush in the toothbrush is a value. So if we want to define the variables with the value, it looks like strings. For example, it looks like strings. I will tell you. Okay, don't worry about this. So if we want to try to define the variables with the value, you just set packet close that this package, and now you have variables with the value, and you can see that what type in the codes. Sorry for English. In the codes, oh, hold up, the codes. For example, local. Don't forget the local. I will tell you in the next episodes. It's not in the season 1. So if you want to say that the name equal, say John Doe. So John Doe is a value, like toothbrush, yeah? And the name, it's the variables, what the package for toothbrush I showed that to you. So if when you print that name, yeah, when I say that the print name, it's give me the John Doe in the output of the terminal PowerShell. Look, just trying to run the code. It's giving me the John Doe. And if we want to see that data types of the name, you can just write type with equals. I mean, I forget that the what call that uh, hold, and you can write in the parentheses in the type. So if you want to run the code, it's give me a strings. That John Doe is a strings. So next part, let's go to the strings. What's I'm gonna go the strings. Oh, come on. Okay. What's the strings? Yeah. Okay. So strings. The strings are text value inside the codes and Lua accept both the double and single quotes. Hold on. Let me paste that what I write. Okay. Strings are text values inside the codes. When I write the code that name John Doe. Come on, John Doe. You know, John Doe is a text values strings inside the codes. Look, double the codes. Codes. Sorry for my English. Codes. So, and for example, we can, if one trying to uh, write strings, for example, you can using that name and city Tehran. And if we trying to print in the console, is really it's not really different that what different type the double codes and single codes. So look, let's give it the Jandu and Terra. Next up, number. Number in the Lua are simple. You can add, subtract, multiply, or divide easily. For example, I write a code like x equal 10, y equal 20, sorry, yeah, and result x plus uh, y. So it's give me result. So if I trying to print that result, it's see is we give me add math what I trying to show that what's meaning of the number. And you can just see that my console it says the sum of the 10 and 20 is a 13. Next up, tables. Tables are the heart of the Lua. Everything in the Lua, arrays, dictionaries, objects, are built using the tables. For example, we want to try to create a table. We trying to create the tables. For example, I'm defining my table plus equal. Sorry, brackets. So it's an empty table. So if you want to try to enter the multiply value, just try to write Alex, for example, Alex, John, and Mia. So sorry, I forget that the codes. Yeah, there we have using that strings that you can write variables in a dictionary. It's very important what trying to variables type you're entering the tables. Yeah. So there are these strings. So if I trying to print that my table index one it means John is the output Alex. Sorry, it's give me output Alex. So if I trying to run a code, let me create this screens. It's give me Alex. So in the one, it means index of the dictionaries. You know, the one, two, three, they're all looks like they have a uh, what call that, and you can create another tables with a key value table. It looks like uh, hold on, let me tell that adding the elements to a table insert my table Sarah. It's that the variable Sarah is entering the my table into my table, and it means the Sarah will be enter the next Mia. So if I try to print my table Sarah, it's give me that set, hold up, nothing, 125, Alex, and Sarah. And table, it's be a set like my table, Alex, John, Mia, and Sarah. And you can using that the prints with the index tables. Yeah, let's go to the example two with the tables key value table. So let me write example two key value pairs. So we trying to create the tables about the person. For example, person, name Alex, age 13, the city, New York. So if I trying to print the person name is giving the output the Alex. So let's run codes. Let me delete all the previous codes. And you can see it's give me the name Alex. So let's go to the age. I want to know about the person, it means Alex, to about the age. I want to know that. So if I'm trying to print, it's give me 13. Next up, functions. Functions help you organize your codes and reuse logic and having to be a clean code and what the developer will see your scripts, what happened in the codes. So, for example, I write creative functions about the hello. So if I try to write functions, oh sorry, trying to the function hello and using with the value like a name. I will tell you what's that, and just print. I mean the return hello name. And when I trying to call the functions says print hello world, it means it's sorry Alex. It means if I trying to write strings in the value name so that Alex is going to sit in the name and that hello it's at the name functions and return it's like the answer from the functions hello. So if I trying to run a code, it's give me like hold up, it's loading. Hello Alex. Hello Alex. Yeah. Another way, I'm sorry, another way you can using with the no value with the functions like functions greets or sorry greet greet print welcome to the Lua programming. So if I try to call that the functions greet, it's give me that the prints. Look, if I try to run the codes, it's giving me the hello Alex is that the previous code what I tell that, and welcome Lua programming. That's the answer. Welcome to the Lua programming is from the greets. Next up, a scope. By default, every variable in the Lua is a global unless you're using the local keyword. What's the meaning of the global? That's when I that tell about the example in the previous example. I mean the previous lesson. That I say the name. That's John Doe. It's a variables. You see that, okay? And Okay, hold up. Global variables can be accessed from the any functions or block of the code and using another file Lua codes. So using the local variable is a good practice as it helps to avoid naming conflicts and improving performance. So you can see that the functions, example functions, it's giving the local var. I am the local variable. And global val, it's that type, is that scope is a global. So we can using in other functions. So okay, what happened? Hold up, what happened? And if I try to print a local val, is a give that it will work and is a showing that the prints in the terminal. So if I'm to try to call them the example functions and trying to uh, run a code, look, and a global. Let's see. Trying to let me clean that the terminal and trying to run the code. It looked at. I am a local variable. I am a local variable. It says from the local var in the function's example function. Yeah, and global val I set up in the functions example functions. You can see this is in there, but I call that another functions. So is that means the global? Is that right? Yeah. So if I'm trying to call that local val in is not working. Look, if I'm trying to run nil, it's a nil. So that why that scope and the local keywords are very very important in the writing the scripts in Fivem and Redm. That's it. So we are reached in the level 2. Sorry my English. I'm just trying to understand with you, trying to teach you what Lua is. I hopefully you will understand and just to know about the Lua. So it's very helpful for me to trying to improving my English with the creating the video and creating the play games with the players in the 5M and Red M because I'm trying to improving my English to talking with another people out of my country. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe and like and comments. And once I want to review this my videos, so please comments. If I say that wrong, tell me in the comment. I will see that and I tell you for my feedback. So thank you and waiting for the next video on the TDF channel.